Hello and welcome! This video is about the pub in your camp. Now we are going to go over a lot of information so that you are fully aware of this if you're new to the game or even if you're a seasoned veteran. We're going to cover the patch notes and so you walk away knowing everything there is to know about this building. So without further ado, let us get started. Here we go. And the first thing I want to tell you is that your pub stays the same from the very start. When you get your camp, it is the same look and the same feel and the same options. You have info and hire worker. So for info, it shows you a general overview of the building, and then it also shows the number of candidates that you can have to hire, and also the maximum amount of workers that you could have in your camp at the time. So just wanted to show you that from when you're starting all the way to now, no difference. So let's fast forward to where I'm at today. And here we go with our camp, which is just about fully upgraded. Just want to reiterate, there is no upgrading the pub. And as you can see, even with all the advances I have here, the number of candidates stays the same at 3 people that you can hire in the pub, and my max workers is at 40, which I believe that could increase once I am finished completely here. But this is what you read when you tap on the info, is the maximum amount of workers you can have at that time. So when you go into hire worker, I want to explain this interface. It has been explained in other videos, but let's go ahead and go over it. What you are looking at are 3 different levels of workers that you can hire. And I want to pause a moment and show you a picture of what those levels are. So here are the different tier levels of workers. It is white, which goes up to a maximum level of 10, green, which is maximum level 20, blue, which goes up to 30, pink or purple, it's like a light purple, goes up to 40, and epic, which goes up to 50. And that is where all of my characters are currently at, which is maxed out at 50. So to understand this, let's go ahead and move back to the pub, and you will see 3 different tier levels that you can hire, but also note the cost at the very bottom. That white is inexpensive, and if you get a yellow is very expensive at 12. When you're first starting out, you may not have this kind of currency to spend, so the best advice is just get what you can and the quantity that you can, max it out so you can keep moving on and then come back to the pub and get more. So let's go ahead and return back to the pub. And now that we're back, you can see who we can hire. At the very top, this is for stamina, and use this to refresh the button on the right. But I want to show you this, the contribution info. This is your currency to hire these workers. It shows you what your current level is, and when you level up, how much that currency will increase. So I have 713 currency out of 257 to use. And it shows the camp benefits and your EXP bar until you get to a level up. So you kind of want to keep going with this and increase it, and I will definitely show you how and what to look for. So let's go ahead and go up to the top and show you what the rest of the stuff is, which is your white pearls. If you tap on it, it just takes you to the pearl shop. And then there is, and let's come back in, and then there is the black pearls, and if you tap on that, and it takes you to the pearl shop for black pearls. So that is the interface at the top. So what I'd like to do now is let's go ahead and move into the patch notes. So if you tap on one of these workers, like let's pick Sinclair, and her profile comes up and you see the book with the question mark. If you tap there, we access the patch notes for the workers. So as we go down and look at all this information, I do want to point something out, and it is right here. It is workers detail. Variety of abilities. You can check the detailed information by pressing on their face in the workers tab. I want to show you that. So when you're in your camp and you tap on workers, and let's scroll down and let me show you one that has a lot of history on it, like part of my merchantry team. Yeah, how about you? Tap on their face right here on the left, and it'll attempt to go to where he's at, and if you tap again you can bring the details up, and as you can see, he has been busy in merchantry building up his expertise. You can rename his name right there, and you can fire him with this button right below. That would be crazy. It'll tell you how much you retrieve and all that, but I wouldn't recommend firing someone who's max level. And then of course you have the promote. If they're not at yellow level, you can promote them too. So let's go ahead and go back to the patch notes. And moving right along, so we're getting to a very important part about the workers, and that is their stats. So let's go ahead and explain what their stats can do for you. So below her picture, let's explain vitality. The higher the number, the faster they can collect resources, and the amount of food they consume is lower. So you will understand what this means as you work with them in different things like merchantry or having them go collect stuff. Strength, the higher the number, the faster they can build on the camp. So new buildings, you want people with higher strength. And dex, the higher the number, the faster they can make products in your camp, like pearl chests and clothing and all sorts of stuff. So you want somebody with a higher dex. And I did show you the picture which shows the rank and the level, the maximum level that each one can go up to. So you already saw that. And as you are working with these workers, they will have laziness issues. So they could be scolded. You have options like talk, give a gift, or encourage to correct their laziness. So this is a glossary of what each of those does. Talking, it affects their loyalty. Gifting, it affects their loyalty, fatigue, and experience. So that's kind of the best. Encouraging just affects on fatigue and loyalty. The lower the loyalty, the more likely that they will get lazy. So it's possible to give them gifts and just choose the other options to keep them up and going. Fatigue, they get fatigue if they work too much, and it can be reduced by encouraging them from what was above. So you'll see below here the fatigue levels, if they are purple, and what it means. So you want them always to be green. So here we go. Purple means that workers are exhausted and cannot work for a certain period of time. Regardless of workers' race, if the rank and level are the same, the total amount of stat will strength plus worker gather plus dex remain the same. So what is gifting? So I'd like to slow this down and show what's gifting. There are certain items that can be obtained through the vendors. It's a gift vendor, and those items can be gifted to your workers to increase their loyalty and reduce their fatigue. Those workers who receive gifts will also gain EXP. So when you're in any town, look for the gift vendor, and you can go ahead and buy their gift. So let's go ahead and move on to changing their name. And here we have the pencil icon. You tap on that and you are given the option to change their name. I showed you that previously, so you know about that, and you can confirm it to set it in. It's really helpful for like determining or showing who your merchantry team is, or who has strength and dex and vitality. Here you can complete work instantly using stamina, and of course firing a worker. You saw this briefly, hitting the circle with the line through it, and it shows that you retrieve some currency back, contribution currency, and some silver. So if you fire them, but just note at the very bottom, you won't be able to get them back once you fire them. So now that you have a good understanding, let's go back to our pub. And now that we're back, there's a few things I'd like to explain. One is the refresh button. It'll be 9 stamina to refresh it. And I'm doing this because I want to get a yellow worker. And I'm trying to show you, as you just saw, how many refreshes it takes before the game gives you a yellow epic worker. And I have the currency to refresh it for a long time. So now that we have our 40, let's go ahead and move on. And I want to show you how you get this currency. So as you move around your camp, you're looking for a green exclamation point. There it is. These are people from outside of your camp who need services. They need a favor. So let's go ahead and zoom in and go meet one of these people. Now normally you do this in the top down, but I just want to show you that it's an actual person from the storyline who's come to your camp. And they give you their explanation, Rikta's offer, and she's here saying, I heard you had good timber, so I came just to see how good it was. And it says that let's exchange your timber for the goods I've brought along. And she will let you know what it is. So exchange pale softwood timber for contribution experience, and she will give us silk ball resource for it. And it's more than what you're giving her. She's giving you more back. You'll get silver and experience, and let's accept it. And let's go ahead and tap on this. I have been saving for a very long time, so giving her this resource, not a problem. So confirm, and then let's finish up the quest. It looks great. I'll be coming by more often. And look, you now have a lot more of this resource, silver experience and contribution experience, and this is going to help you level up your contribution currency. So you definitely want to do that. I want to show you one more example of how you get contribution currency. So let me jump to that. Here we go. And here's another example of a person you can tap on in your camp. So it's Matthias and his offer. So offer his timber in exchange for log resource. So we'll go ahead and give him rugged boulder, and he'll give us the timber. So that's what that was. So you just accept it, you give him what he needs, and boom, gives you that silver experience and more contribution experience to raise up your level and give you more currency. So there's just a few more things to explain while you're in your camp, and that is these things that are glowing with the hand. Those are free gifts to you, resources and things. So whenever you see them, tap on them and collect them. They're just like free things, so you always want to do that. Now the other thing I wanted to cover is as you build your town hall and as it gets higher in tier, you'll get this option right here with the people, and that is to affect all your workers, to encourage them, and all your workers to greet them. This is like a mass improvement of loyalty that you can do, that I always do whenever I have them do a job. So now to explain the gather farm interface here, we already covered farm in a video, so let's do world gathering. And there are now 3 resources and food options below that. As you can see, I've definitely been working on it. So what I want to show you is the current food that I have. I want to get that up to 270,000. So gonna use this as an example to select people to get us some fish, and we'll explain focus gathering. So I want you to, we'll choose this one. No, actually it'll probably be the white carp. Let's go back. You see where it says Trent 1 day? You see the amount 72 for 1 day and 1,440 food? tap on Focus Gathering. Well, before that it says Focus Gathering yields more resources but consumes more food. Camp workers will grow tired faster and are more likely to become disloyal if you do Focus Gathering. So if you tap on it, you see now it jumps up from 72 to 108, and it costs more food. So it costed 500 more food at 1944. So the way this works is I'm just gonna select them all and have them get some food so we can raise our current food all the way up and improve on the resources that we have. Even though they're tired, you can do that mass loyalty thing to improve their loyalty and have them stay in the green. So you can also individually select resources that you're looking for that are being asked for, like wild grass. You can do the mining for the rugged boulder. So just be aware of the food and how long it takes, the logging and all of that, and fishing. This is where I come when I'm out of food. I need to get food, but I don't have food to get fish. So you come here, it doesn't cost anything to have your workers get you some food. So select them all and tap on start, and it says it'll take them 9 minutes and 39 seconds to get some food into the camp. And look at all these people going. So now they're off and running, which is great. So I want to just scroll and show you all of them going and fishing, but that'll do it. We covered a lot in this video. So now that we've come to the end, it is time to move on to our outro. Here we go. And on behalf of Archmage and myself, Magi, we'd both like to say thank you. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like the videos on this channel, please subscribe, like, let people know I am always making more videos, and there are so many more videos left to do. It really is. So once again, thank you, and you have yourself a great day. Take care. Bye now.